right. The nap has been taken. Lunch is almost ready. I have a cup of hot coffee. So, the Lex Imperialis expansion for Rogue Trader just dropped on the 24th. I was not able to start this when it came out because Death Stranding 2 came out the same day, and I have been neck deep in Death Stranding and Dune Awakening. But now that we're in July, I've got some time to sneak in. We're going to be dabbling with a little bit of a second playthrough, which technically this would be... I have a second playthrough that I started in January in between other projects, and rather than continue that, I just wanted to start this because here's the kicker. When I've previously played, I've been playing on the PC. So shout out to Owlcat Games for getting me a copy of the Voidfarer edition for the Xbox Series X. So this version of the game is actually going to be the Xbox version. I have previously always only ever played the PC version of the game. So looking forward to trying this out. I played it on the controller anyway when I played it on the PC, so I already kind of know how this works on the controller. So, but let's go ahead and here and read on the right. It says, Lex Imperialis expansion is out. Join forces with Solomorn Anthar of the Adeptus Arbitus and his trusted cyber mastiff Glacio. Choose the new Arbitrator origin. Employ cybernetic familiars with the new Overseer archetype. And expand your tactics with combat shields. So it sounds like there's some new stuff we're going to have to try out, which I don't know if we can do it from character creation or not. Let me write that down. This is going to be stuff that I haven't seen before. Trader. Overseer. Archetype. Sounds like I should do this. Of course, the music is amazing. Let's go into settings really quick. Drop the music down just a little bit because I like to be able to hear the voices. Alright, do I need to do anything for the DLC, or is it automatically good to go? I may need to install stuff. So that may need to download and install. I didn't know that before I started, so we're going to do that right now. I don't know how long it'll take. Second story expansion for Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader, providing an additional 15 hours of thrilling and narrative-driven gameplay that explores the ironclad rule of Imperial law and introduces an entirely new faction, the Adeptus Arbitus. Unravel the dark secrets of House von Valancius as you navigate a perilous web of justice, duty, and betrayal on a quest that will alter the destiny of the entire Coronis expanse. Gripping new story, immerse yourself in a tense narrative where your choices as judge and judge ripple throughout the Imperium. Delve into the intricate process of the Grand Harvesting. I was still reading. Let's install that. Dynamic new mechanics, embrace tactical innovation with an all-new set of familiars, bring fresh strategy, command a majestic cybernetic eagle, a living embodiment of the Aquila, while your companion directs his powerful cyber mastiff. These battle companions directly reshape combat encounters, requiring the use of innovative tactics while delivering thrilling and unpredictable outcomes. Nice. You're going to meet a new companion, Solomorn Anthar. Okay. Sounds good. Alright, I think we have got all of this installed, I think. Alright. What's up, everybody? Slacker says, just as well you aren't playing Dune right now. It's seriously misbehaving. No! What's up, Felden? In the Water says, what's the story behind your name, Renfail? D&D character from, like, 1999. What's up, Deeks? A well-rested Ren. Yeah, I've had some sleep. Yes. Let's just do normal for now. It's fine. We're gonna do custom character. Ooh, I like that picture. Cybernetic leg and everything. I might just go with that. That's the one I used my very first playthrough because I did a space pirate. That was an awesome playthrough. Yeah, we can go with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't know what homeworld I want to choose. I do want to do the new... It's Arbitrator. I want to do the new Origin. The Adeptus Arbitus are the implacable and unbribable keepers of the Lex Imperialis, the sole and sacred law of the Imperium. They exact a merciless and terrifying punishment upon any who dare violate the sacred tithe, the tribute every Imperial world must pay in the name of its continued existence. So you get Shotgun Mastery, the Steady Hand of Justice. Two-handed shotguns in one hand. Ha 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 ha. Okay. And they get a shield block. That's very interesting. Okay, well, homeworld-wise, if I am the, you know, this kind of reminds me of like you're. I'm pretty sure Slandered Gaming has created a. I'm pretty sure he's running. I haven't checked his stream, but I know the name of his stream has been like I am the law, like the Judge Dredd version. That kind of does sound appropriate. Alright, we'll probably be in Imperial World. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, thank you. My lunch is ready, so we'll get through character creation, and then I will need to get my plate of food. I don't know what I want to do for this because I don't know enough about the Arbiter yet. In terms of, you might have to come back to that to see what I want to modify. So there's 3 different ways that I could do my character. For every target, there's a bullet. Your former squad was responsible for eradicating heretics who defied the Lex Imperialis. You learn to utilize different ammo types to suit any given situation. Shotgun attack reduces the dodge, parry, and block of targets. Okay. So it sounds to me like this is a class where you're using a shield to get up a close and personal, and then a shotgun. Your squad is in charge of collecting the sacred tithe. Your commands bellow with unshakable confidence. Inflicts 10 stacks of the death sentence effect. The shield of the Adeptus Arbitus separates the law from the lawless and the truth from the detestable lies. Before your ascension, you were part of a squad tasked with keeping crowds from rioting and dangerous criminals from escaping. As long as you have your shield, you're prepared to face any threat and push it back inside the perimeter. Oh, that's awesome. The Arbiter dashes through allies and enemies in a straight line for up to 5 cells without provoking attacks of opportunity, and every enemy they dash through must pass an agility resistance test or fall prone until the start of their next turn. You can only use the ability with a shield equipped. That does sound pretty awesome. I don't know what I want here. I think we will go so coercion's going to be a pretty big skill for this guy. Okay, so we'll do that. So probably I think I'll probably go agility, to be honest with you. Origin. We done the arbitrator. Yep. We're gonna go vigilant. Triumph. You preserve a copy of the regional Lex and use the appendices therein to extract a tithe of unprecedented value. Rewards alone. Persuaded a group of rebels to join the Arbiter's side. Yeah, let's go Illustrious Glory. My darkest hour. You escorted a tithe of psychers aboard a black ship. The terrors of the warp left your soul harrowed, tearing you from ever tapping into forbidden knowledge. You were defrauded by a group of clerks in the service of a rogue traitor. You were never able to prove that you were not the one responsible for the discrepancy. You were captured by pirates. You managed to survive but never fully recovered from the torture. Ooh. That's a good question. I don't know which one I want to do. That's it. Let's do it. Okay. Now the Overseer can be any of these. That's awesome. So once I get to level 16, I can branch off and become the Overseer, which is the new. Must not have featured the children of Syrian. Must. Okay. Must. Okay. So tactical expertise. They're familiar to execute their will. Yeah, we're gonna go into that. I've always quite enjoyed the soldier before, which is honestly my instinct is to do that. Bradford says, glad to see you play this. I've been hooked on it in 40K in general for truth of playing it. Yeah, I've played before. It's a great game. Video game history says I've tried Pathfinder a bit, also BGT. Not a fan of turn-based combat. Very curious with the W40K universe. How challenging is the combat in this game? However challenging you want it to be. You can play it on story mode, or you can crank the difficulty up. There's multiple difficulty levels. So it's however you want it to be. What is Blade Dancer? I don't remember the Blade Dancer. When did they add Blade Dancer? I don't remember. That was from the Void Shadows DLC. That's why I've never played this, because I never played the Void Shadows DLC because I was busy with other stuff. Well, we're gonna do Blade Dancer to start. That sounds way too cool. Blade Dancer's, except for the fact that you get all the shotgun stuff, right? Because being an arbitrator, they give you all the shotgun bonuses, so that makes no sense to do that. So hang on, we got to focus on something that's gonna give me. It's gonna make sense probably to go soldier, just because of the firearm mastery. And we get all the ballistics skills. And... oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, I think we just want to go soldier, because that's going to give me the ballistic stuff that I want. And then we'll work our way towards the overseer, because we get all the shotgun bonuses with the arbitrator, and something about a shield, which I don't know enough about yet. Unless we want to go warrior. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look up what other people are suggesting. I'm very curious right now. Warrior if you want a shield bash. Soldier if you want a shotgun. Oh yeah, so yeah, that my gut reaction was soldier because I wanted to do shotgun. So let me go back here really quick. Because I went with the Vigilant, which gives me the fulminating shot. Alright, we're good. Yeah. Alright, definitely going soldier then. Okay, let's take my ballistics skill up a little bit. What's up, Brutal Boris? What's up, Great Cat? Rogue Trader hype? Yeah. It's a great game. The patient. Oh, you can choose different types of ships now? What? I haven't played in a while. I didn't know you could do different types of ships now. Yeah, the sword class was the one you start off with in the base game. Now they have a Falchion class frigate. It's more advanced and modern design that was developed only 5 centuries ago, but it's already proven to be as good as the veteran frigates like the sword class. So it's bigger. And then we have the Firestorm. I gotta say, I like them all. I might go Firestorm. That looks pretty awesome. Yeah, we gotta edit the name. What do we call it? I have no idea what I want to call this ship. Let's call it the Redemption. I can dig it. Okay. That is everything about the character created and ready to go. But before I dive in, I have a plate of food that my wife let me know is ready. So let me go grab my lunch, and then we'll get going. All right, I'm back. Got my lunch. Should be good. We got straight off the grill pork chops, grilled onions, which are kind of hot. Well, like green onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, and fresh tortillas. All right, let's go into the next stage of this. No, Renfail, please. All right, background, Imperial Ward Arbitrator. I can dig it.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Have we met?
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voidfarer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
I am Marshal Renfail von Owlcat.
My regards, Marshal. The Adeptus Arbites are famous for their unbending will and keen instinct for uncovering hidden webs of conspiracy and scheming. This is admittedly a priceless skill for someone destined for a path as special as yours.
I love how it says he smiles faintly, but you're not sure if it's directed at you. Knowing what I know about Conrad.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
I assume you had a goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
A new challenge for me?
Yeah, so the new one, Dark Heretics, I believe is what it's called. That's the next one that's in this style. I think that has... I don't know that they've said that that's going to be fully voiced. Someone said in one of my streams that it may be fully voiced, but I don't know where they have said that officially. I do know that the Expanse game that they're doing, that is 100% fully voiced, Mass Effect style, full on, you know, but that's a little different. This one, it's not fully voiced. I wish it was, but this was, you know, they did what they could. They came back and they redid the intro fully voiced, which is awesome these days. But I believe, is it Dark Heretics or Dark Heresy? That's the one they're working on now, and I think they've said that that one, what I understand is that one's going to be a little more robust than in terms of voice acting and stuff. The voice acting that's here is
One of
amazing.
the
I just
Fond
wish there was
Valencia's
more of it.
trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Death will find you soon enough!
You have been ambushed. I should be fine to go over here.
I shall not fear. Nothing I can't.
Probably good in turn. I don't need a run and gun. A Dark Heresy sounds like it's gonna be awesome.
Already done.
I missed. Time to run a gun.
My tactics are flawless.
Oh, don't come over here. No! Now, I can't shoot him because he's right up on top of me. Maybe I can. I didn't think you could shoot when they're right on top of you with melee, with ranged. Unfortunately, my run and gun is down, so I have to just suck it up. Oh! I'm okay. Pistols and shotguns, I didn't get a chance to finish reading
What
that.
suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's
They can be shot at
deck
point blank range.
exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Alright, so that explained it. I had a pistol, and those can be done from point blank. I need to find a shotgun, though, because that's going to go with my new class choice. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises. Stations!
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
The Master of Whispers gives you a curt bow. All right.
None shall stand in my way.
I don't think I can loot any of these. There we go. Yeah, I don't see these as loot. I am the law.
I won't tolerate weakness.
All right. We've explored all the nooks and crannies. This was the game that got me into Warhammer for the first time when this launched a couple years back. I had never played a Warhammer game before. And this taught me a lot about the lore and the world.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Gonna listen in silence.
While you are considering your answer, Edelthrad, I wish to speak with someone else. Perhaps I shall hear something more interesting than incoherent mumbling.
I've known about it
Approach.
since then, Hector, but I just never got into it. I was always a fantasy kid, so I was deep into Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and all that stuff. And I just never, and then by the time I became an adult, it was like, oh, there's fantasy Warhammer and there's sci-fi Warhammer, and I don't know the difference between the two. I still don't know the difference between the two. But I have at least begun to, get into the sci-fi version of the Warhammer 40K world, which is like Rogue Trader, Space Marine 2. There was another game I played a couple years back too, which is like a squad-based mission game. Got it launched like in the last year or two. Can't remember what it's called now.
What is this? Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversations in such a fashion?
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Step forward.
Yes.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Poison treasure. It is a good game, Sparky. Like Kill says, Renfail is playing Rogue Trader. Awesome. I am. Let's see here. I like this option. My experience tells me that the wealth is involved. Whenever wealth is involved, someone is trying to appropriate it. This looks like the actions of a criminal syndicate that is using the smokescreen of mysticism to steal the extractors. I'm ready to land on the planet with an assault squad and pass judgment on the thieves.
You have been hunting lawbreakers for so long, you see them everywhere now. Your expectation of finding a single specific threat on Ion 6 may leave you powerless in the face of other enemies who may not even be human.
I think it was Dark Tide. Hang on. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Dark Tide. Launched in 2022. You play like one of 4 squad members. That was my second Rogue Trader, or second Warhammer game. Oh, as much as I'm looking forward to Dark Heresy, the Expanse Osiris Reborn has it has me so hyped. Like, I'm hyped for Exodus, but Exodus is a first game by a new studio, and yes, those people have worked on Mass Effect, and that's great and everything else, but they have not actually produced a game yet. Whereas Owlcat, I can say I've played Pathfinder, Kingmaker, I've played Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, 2 times through each time. I've played Rogue Trader through once. I've done a partial second playthrough. We'll see how far this playthrough gets. I already, like, Owlcat has made games that I have hundreds of hours of entertainment in, whereas Archetype Entertainment, even though it has Mass Effect veterans on it and Exodus looks really cool, they haven't actually produced a game yet that I can look at and go, I trust that company to build something awesome. Owlcat has made games that I know are fucking awesome, and when they announced the Osiris Reborn Expanse project, my mind melted. It was like, oh my god!
I will not even deign to comment on this suggestion, if you can call it that.
I have given a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand it, was more than you could do, Edelthrad.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lick-spittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
I am ready.
Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Oh my goodness.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voidfarer served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
An incident took place in the officer's deck where servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite
Yeah,
of
I did a
Renfail.
run through when they added,
Or perhaps there is something
not a full
to
run
all
through.
the stories about the ship being
When they added the
possessed after all.
voiceovers, the new voiceovers to the prologue. I did a playthrough of the prologue. It's a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. So yeah, I've been through this a couple of times. I also started a playthrough in January that I didn't finish because we got busy with other stuff. I was just doing something because I was doing Mass Effect. I was doing the entire Mass Effect series in January, and then I hopped in on this because I had gotten to the end of that, and I was like a week away from something, and so I jumped in and I did like, I don't know, 10 or 12 hours of this with a second playthrough. So I've been through the redone prequel, prologue, fully voiced now, which is awesome.
Lady Theodora, for
And
the
lament
God
the fact that
Emperor's
they
sake,
didn't have the budget to do the whole
surely
game.
you do not intend to start repeating
This
idle
is a
rumors
massive,
spread
massive
about
game.
by uneducated riffraff.
It would have cost a ton of money to fully voice it, but
Now enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
alright, I have no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
By the way, for those of you who are watching, don't forget drops are on right now with Twitch until July 15th.
Your cries of mercy.
So if you're tuning in on YouTube, you can watch it both places, but if you want to get the drops, you gotta watch on Twitch. Alright, we have been ambushed. I need to find a shotgun.
Follow my lead.
Oh, nice cleave, Abelard.
Reduced to dust. My faith strengthens me.
Oh, big bada boom!
Crush the feeble!
I've suffered worse.
Alright, I need some cover. But I need somewhere where I'm not going to shoot other people by accident, so let's...
Let's see how they respond to this.
Did I really just miss?
Chaos
Noob!
guides me. I serve the ruinous powers.
Such is the will of chaos.
Just a minor setback.
I bring
It's just a flesh wound.
Gonna hurt.
A tactically sound approach. I took care of this one.
Jesus! Okay.
Suits my purposes. Out of my way.
I can handle this.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
That plasma pistol has such a cool look. Mort's gun, though. Just let me blow everybody up with fire. Very cool.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Horsons!
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer Prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
Okay, how could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare attack the Lord Captain?
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Switch to Twitch. Welcome to Twitch. Also, thanks for the sub over on Twitch. Alright, we need to find the Arch-Militant. Can I loot any of these?
It's about time. Doubt is for the weak.
I don't think you can loot these, if I remember correctly. I need a shotgun!
Ah, thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad?
The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to be us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Okay.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Execute the traitors, every last one of them.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him.
I
This
did.
elevator
What
leads
was
to
it?
restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge.
I did Goody Two Shoes the first time
let me
around, which is
down.
what,
I
Iconoclast?
require you both. Do you understand?
So this guy is the Arbiter. So I am the law. So I have to play that role with this character. Or at least that's the idea. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know. Alright.
Then move out! Mort, come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
Lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you with a sharp crackle and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. Hey man, that rug really tied the place together, man.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see.
You two-faced scum.
Delightful. How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What's the matter, inbred? Your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Von Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Ugh. What sigh, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of grok shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Von Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head. Get out! I am not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence, forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gate, looming in the center of the chamber. In the archway, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its eyes to you, one of its sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Let's examine the device. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this may be some kind of archaeotech relic. The servitor begins to move. Yeah, I'm not going to read every line of this or I'll have no voice left in 45 minutes. Place your hand into the maw. It's like a retinal scanner, only it's sucking your blood.
The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
That's right, Hector. Being good in this setting can bite you in the ass and bring your game to a swift end. Yes, I do require assistance.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
That's right, bitches. I got friends.
There is still another way.
I have the power, fire and flame.
Victory awaits!
Victory awaits. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade, and bestow upon them something that I didn't get a chance to read because it went by too fast.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Lead on.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Alright. Seal the warrant chamber.
Run, fools, or fall!
Abelard. Don't fuck with Abelard. Run, fools, or fall. That was awesome.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Dude. Conrad Voidfarer is a traitor.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something. No, actually, he's serving the unholy gods of the warps.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voidfarer, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Unquestionably.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Alright, he gave me a lasgun, flak chest plate, and a med kit.
I tire of idleness.
There we
Let's
go.
move.
Inventory. Let's. Hang on, how do I equip the gun? Because it's wanting me to. Okay. I need to switch characters. There we go. Okay, now we have to.
We must act.
I am at your service.
Yeah, I gotta remember how to do this.
Let's patch you up.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse.
Void
All
rats
those
for the
strike
win,
teams have
man.
already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
All right. For the Imperium and humanity, lead the way, Seneschal.
Come.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
All right.
Screaming.
Close ranks.
All of you will bleed!
Before we do this, I gotta take my plate back to the kitchen real quick. I'll be right back. I'm okay with where my guy is.
Nothing I cut with nothing of value has been lost.
Death to non-believers! Death to
Get some, Abelard. Alright. Now he can do cleave.
Reduced to dust. Indeed. It will be done. Oh, my ears are ringing.
You do have to worry about friendly fire in this game. That was a lesson I learned very difficultly. My first playthrough. Excuse me.
All too easy.
I may or may not have fried some of my friends the first time I played this game.
Brace yourself, Abelard. One fewer target.
Booyah. That's right. Try to run, bitch.
Already done.
And that is a wrap. And now I get to loot up. And I can't remember if there's a way to... Oh, I think it automatically auto-loots. Yeah. Let's collect all. I did level up, so...
I'm always ready.
Fail. Rank available. Soldier. We're gonna do demolition for sure. Okay. Now we do. Let's do carouse. I think there's a way to quick save as well. I gotta remember how to do this. Yep. No other loot. We're good. Is this when we meet Argenta? It's Adira or Argenta. I never remember which one it is. It's gonna be Adira.
Death, I hear it. Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Here's a diagram of your void ship. Okay, yeah, well, I already saw that.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself.
Yeah, she's crazy. I think this is where I'm like, I wish they could have had the budget to give them all fully voiced, because the voice actors who do the voices for these characters do such a good job. It's just that beyond the prologue, you only get to interact with them on the void ship. They do great work.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you.
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are Von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Alright, let's roll.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Yeah, we're not in a good place, in other words.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Booyah! Alright, does she need to be leveled up?
For the weak.
Nope. The coolest part about this is that my character's background says that he went through a warp ship. He went through a void disaster on a ship before.
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
And so, yeah, this is gonna hit him hard. Clots of vicious flesh have entangled the metal, sealing the door shut. Okay. Yeah, not again.
Feel my wrath! You'll make a suitable sacrifice!
Adira, let's put you over here.
Hold on.
Ow!
Chaos guides me. Chaos guides me.
Just a minor setback.
I serve the ruinous powers.
I've suffered worse. Never wavered in the face of adversity. Nothing I can't do.
All right, let's screw it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting a little bit, Abelard. You'll be fine.
Not this Scryer's job. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
It's worth it. Hashtag worth it.
Anything else?
We don't need to analyze.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I'd rather not. I will do my duty. One fewer tongue.
Let's get to it.
You know, I can't remember. I think there was a way to. There it is. I was gonna say, I remember there being a way to like flick and go to different targets. It's the bumpers.
I'll pass.
No line of sight.
I shall not fear. Suits my purposes.
Cover me! Was that you? Farewell.
Booyah! The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretch between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through two dark, gill-like slits in its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut. That is, the two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits at the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead. But the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Address it here. What's wrong with him?
Wounded. Exhausted. Fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Your time is short.
You're in need of help. We have to get you out of that chair.
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Well, shiz-nizzle.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Adira's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head as the unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysm of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me. place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Alright, Abelard. What do we do?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespaidas, good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the vox at the base of the chair is bellowing out static, interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter.
Victory awaits!
Alright, out of sheer curiosity. Okay. That's an auto gun. No, I'm good for now. My first playthrough is on the PC. This one is a key provided to me by Owlcat Games. This is the Voidfarer
None
edition
shall
on the
stand in my
Xbox Series X. Ah, this is where we meet Argenta.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
Psychopath religious zealot.
Your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
I like the crazy, like, alien sniper. But I romanced the pirate girl, my first playthrough. I can't remember her name.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
I'm the Lord Captain's heir, Renfail von Valancius.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the
Earliet, that's
hunger.
yeah, that's the.
I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark
sniper
forces.
girl.
But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation. So I suggest we all do just that.
I concur.
Very well. We may leave it at that. For now. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
We must get to the main hall.
Through this door, I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
I still need to find a shotgun, man.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
It's a laser gun. Yeah, that's better than the one I've got. Jay is awesome. Alright.
Follow my lead.
Right, big fight. Argenta sending out those I can fix her vibes. Good luck with that.
The Emperor is with us. Brace yourself, Avalon.
Your blood will flow!
Alright.
Not a problem. You didn't stand a chance.
But of course.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
That's right, Abelard. Oh shit, we got a new wave.
Anything else?
Out of my way!
I've suffered worse.
Alright, Abelard. Let's go ahead and...
I took care of this one. At your beck and call.
Field medicine at its finest.
Death to non-believers!
I serve the ruinous powers.
Yep. Do it.
Strike is a prayer.
I think we're okay to just skip until the next turn. I don't need to run again yet. Nope.
too easy.
I missed. You dastardly little bitch.
Death to the weak.
I don't necessarily do lightning again.
On it.
Indeed. Reduced to dust. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Alright. Oh, he's too far away. Do I have a pistol? I don't have a pistol equipped, and that was my fault because I could have used a second attack to pew this guy, but I forgot about equipping a pistol.
Chaos guides me.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Chaos guides me.
Anything else?
I took care of this one.
Yeah. Alright, now we need to loot up, because we got all sorts of goodies. Better be a shotgun in here somewhere,
I
man.
won't tolerate weakness.
Alright, there's all sorts of loot around this room. Yeah, and I really love when you get the I don't remember the names, but the navigator lady that you pick up on the planet after this, because she's like the, oh, I'm so noble, but she has that ability that like reduces the warp.
Done.
It's been a while since I've done a full playthrough, so I'm a little vague on some of the details.
Victory awaits.
Cassian, yeah. Alright. We've looted up everything we can. Machine right set. No, what's this? Bonus to tech use. I don't necessarily need those. I don't remember if anybody has. I don't really think any of us is great at tech use. $30, $30, $30. Yeah, we're all at 30. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to hold off. Well, I mean, I suppose we could use it now, just for the moment.
None shall stand in my way.
Father! None shall stand in my way.
I rise to the occasion.
Alright, I think we might have missed something back here. There's a way. I gotta remember how to do this. Ah, there it is. Yeah. Dope. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You see a figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valancius.
Are you lost, my heir?
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Every word that Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity dwelling in the deepest recesses of her mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. An answer that can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Sometimes...
Chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Sometimes your character will have to make tough decisions based on their values, interests, and goals. Such decisions affect their convictions. These can develop in 3 directions: dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. Each has 5 ranks. Yeah, so iconoclast was what I went through for my first playthrough. I was the good guy, man of the people. Now I am the law in this playthrough, so I think we're going dogmatic. Right? I don't know. I have to think about this for a minute. I really don't like the idea of... Like, Argenta is scary because she's blind faith, right? I do like the iconoclast. But if I am the law, it has to be dogmatic, because that's the whole point of the arbiter class. Thousands of needles pierce your consciousness, but you're powerless to stop you. You take a step forward and the illusion breaks. Right. The pyre seems to have burned the entity away without a trace.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
tequila. It was glowing.
You're delirious. Whatever it is you think you are seeing.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adeptus Sanctimonious? What? We'll just pretend like we didn't
Adeptus
see the Lord Captain
Sanctimonious.
standing there in the fire? Abela, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer.
Adeptus Sanctimonious.
Your conduct is bordering on madness.
Oh, that's
Your
awesome.
holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remained. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
She holds herself proud, even fervor. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna allow Avalar to help me up. Admittedly, I've been better. Even if you are anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong, and your limbs obey you without fail. And yet, deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension akin to that of a taut string. You are at your limit. Be it adrenaline or the strength of your faith, it will not carry you much further.
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
I loathe being late for an engagement.
Nothing good ever comes of such rashness. Yet it appears that the Emperor favors you. Be that as it may, your wounds are highly worrying.
Look closely at Ethelthrad. He does not seem to have changed, but only at first glance. His face has taken on a strange hue, the skin at his temples appears scaled, and his voice now has uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The Psyker's body has begun to mutate, a consequence of contact with the warp. But you know what? You're not in the best shape yourself, Ethelthrad.
Notice the signs of my blessing, have you? Yes, the warp is taking its toll. But I'm still sane, and able to hold my weapon. I'll fight for the Von Phalanxius bloodline to the end. And if the price is the eternal curse of mutation, so be it.
Alright, I can fight for at least the time being.
Then let us steal our souls. Our greatest trial awaits. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways?
It was at this very elevator, Master Ethelthrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the breach. Kunrad Voidfarer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
Alright, let's go to Theodora's chambers.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
It's about time.
Oh, do we have to go around? Oh no, there they are. It's like the goods should be right here. Alright, it's being picky about wanting to target them. Hang on. There we go. Okay, time
We are the
level
spearhead
up.
of the Imperium. Look no further.
I'm always ready. A new challenge for me.
Did I miss some loot over there? Apparently I did. Oh, can I not get over there from here? I don't think I can. I think that path is for later. I don't remember, or if I already went there.
What is that?
That, my friends, is a goodie chest.
Something of interest. I won't tolerate weakness.
What we get? Sure, why not? Oh, come on now. There we go. Alright, let's see here. Welcome to the ladies' chambers. Things are not what they should be.
Victory awaits!
I am dogmatic. Interesting. First 3 rounds of combat. What is this? Sure, why not? Oh, it's a... Yeah, it says it can be equipped, but where? It's weird how sometimes with the Xbox you have to go to the context menu to get to actually equip.
Follow my lead!
All right. The murder scene looks like the victims were caught by surprise.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls. No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
It's called the warp, baby.
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidfarer.
I'm not gonna say anything.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
Yeah, that was a pretty mighty scream. What's up, Matt Williams?
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Alright, Theodora's body. Her face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Inspect the shards. Shards appear rather iridescent, as if they've been submerged in promethium. Idira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces, drawing closer. Lady Theodora, and Conrad, and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
What about the papers? This is where we get the handwritten letter with a seal. Let's examine the Arch-Militant's body. Auto pistol shot straight through his forehead. Idira, try touching Theodora.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
Alright, let's roll.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more. No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Booyah.
None shall stand in my way.
I always get turned around in here. Ruh-roh.
Or fall.
The Masters demand your death.
The Masters demand your death. Alright, Owlcat, get on up. No, that's Renfail. Wrong guy. Abelard, get up on over here. Tira. This will be fun.
It will be done. What do you target? At your beck and call.
All right, buddy. Get those 4, those 3.
Suits my purposes.
As the Emperor commanded, strike his prey.
Was that you? Or... But of course. What a fortunate turn of fate. I'm not so sure.
I don't know how this works. I think we have to wait till the next.
Anything else?
That's right, shoot your own buddy.
I serve the ruinous power!
Shoot your own friend. That's awesome.
I will do like you. Reduced to dust.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do the pistol with him.
It will be done.
So that he has an additional attack. I keep forgetting to do that.
Nothing I can't do.
I'll do it.
Will do.
Someone else can do this.
Can I charge it, or is he still too close? That didn't do anything. I misclicked.
I'm not interested.
Suits my purposes.
Yeah.
A new challenge for me?
Oh, we dinged again, too.
Do you want something?
Alright, let's take a look. Dismantle an attack. choose a talent. Expose weakness costs 0 AP. Yes, please. For each adjacent ally, she deals 9% more damage. Yeah, let's do it. No. That's interesting, but that's only for burst attacks. I'll do that.
It's about time.
Right, off to the bridge we go.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
You are here. But where is the Lord Captain?
The Lord Captain will not be joining us.
Oh. The rogue trader. He's dead?
Unfortunately.
No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
The ship can still be steered out of the warp. We must first restore communication between the bridge and the navigator's sanctum.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
That's right.
We are out of time.
Voidfarer, you duplicitous cur, the rogue trader's death will be avenged.
What? Theodora is dead?
No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelthrad, don't!
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Snap.
I will deliver furious retribution.
Okay. Shit has officially hit the fan, kids. Get on a Thrabblard. It's fine. Just get on up. Problem is, I just put her in front of me. That was not a smart decision on my part. God damn it.
Nothing I...
Yes, Abelard is the meat shield for sure. Alright, sweetie, you can do a whole bunch of shots here.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Even taught you to fight like this!
Okay. Well, first things first, Adira.
What is this foreboding?
Get ready to...
None will stand against me.
Oh, I forgot. When she casts, it takes an attack.
Why did I not
Fuck.
foresee this?
I forgot this is not the, it's a different rule set.
Stop it!
Out of my way! Death to non-believers!
I forgot when they do different things, it provokes an attack of opportunity. Damn it! Bye-bye, Indira.
Everything myself.
Not my smartest moment. Too bad, she's down.
Victory is imminent. Indeed.
Well, I was hoping to get her up, do the exploit, and then move her out, but yeah, that's... I didn't realize that she was going to get hit like that. I forgot.
I will do my duty.
Alright. It's been a while since I played.
Death to the weak!
Alright. If I remember correctly, we gotta go over here and kill these, like...
Forge ahead!
ads as well.
Not a problem for me.
I'm gonna run and gun because I want to kill another one of these dudes.
All too easy. Already done. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Injured! I'm enraged! Faith without deed can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Doubt is for the weak. Pain cleanses the body.
Okay, that's good.
I am fear incarnate! Suits my purposes. Nothing I cannot do. Suits my purposes. Not a problem for me. All too easy.
Oh, I forgot there was still a guy behind me. I forgot all about him.
Brace yourself, Avalon.
Alright, if I use this, I think he gets an attack of opportunity against me.
The healing is much
maybe not.
appreciated.
At your back of grey hair, sure hand.
Gray hair, sure hand.
I'll live another day.
Shoot that asshole down there.
Already done.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Really?
I'll do it. Faith without deed. Struggle is a prayer.
Sparky asks, have you ever had any games that you stopped playing in the middle of a playthrough because you didn't like it? Oh yeah, 2 of them. Jump out. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second of the remakes. I did the first one and loved it. The second one I quit playing because of the mini games. I got tired of the mini games. It was like I would play the game for 30 minutes and they would give me another mini game. And then all the mini games were like just about getting cosmetic outfits for Tifa and Aelith or whatever her name was. And I was like, I'm not some basement dwelling incel who gets off on fapping to waifus, you know. I'm not a weeb. Like I loved the Final Fantasy VII game when it came out years and years and years ago. But I feel like the Rebirth, the remakes are just not, like, it was cool. I loved the story of the game. I loved all of the gameplay. I loved the combat. But every single time they made me play a minigame, I was like, this is fucking pointless. So I think after 15 or 20 minigames, I just gave up. I was like, I can't finish playing this. And then I tried Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown this year, whatever that was. The demo was really fun. And then I bought the game, and I played it, and I realized that the demo did not represent what the game was. Because I got into the game, and I realized, oh shit, this is like a Souls-like on top of a platformer, where it was all about precision-based memorization of complex block, parry, attack, block, parry, attack, parry, block, jump, attack, block. And I just was like, I hated the boss fights. The boss fights were just not fun for me. I don't play Souls-like games because of that reason. So I quit playing that one. I think those are the only two I quit playing because I wasn't having fun. I quit playing Expedition 33 not because it was a bad game, but because the story mode was broken and it wasn't working. So I got tired of the brutal block parry, block. Oh, you miss a block, instant killed your character, and that to me was not fun. I did love the game though, and then like 2 weeks ago, the team behind Expedition 33 fixed story mode, so it's no longer punishing like it used to be. Like, it's now an actual story mode where you can miss your blocks and you can miss your parries, and it doesn't have to be perfect timing. And it's unfortunate because I don't have time to go back to that game right now. And then the altars. I was having a great time with the altars, but between the copyright music issues and the bugs, like we lost like an hour and a half of progress during one of the streams because it failed to save the game. And then we had a miner who was completely missing, and so I couldn't progress the game, and I had to reload a previous save. So there were just too many bugs. But only two really jump out as games that I quit because they weren't really fun, and that was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Expedition 33, I don't really consider that the same thing because it was more like it just was broken. Like, the story mode wasn't a story mode, and I wasn't willing to sit there and die because I think it was the third or fourth time that I got one-shotted. I went through like 3 or 4 times of oh, I missed a button press, my character got one-shotted, and I was like, that should not be happening in story mode. Like, if I'm playing hardcore mode, yes, I should get one-shotted for missing a button press, but I'm in story mode. There's no reason I should die. And then they fixed it like 2 months after it launched, and I'm like, unfortunately, I've already moved on. But as a general rule, yes, it is a small number because I know what I like. And so I don't really play things outside of my wheelhouse. Oh, nope, there's one other. There is one more. And it was earlier this year, and it prompted a controversy. I forgot about this one. Monster Hunter Wilds. I had never played a Monster Hunter game. I was in the middle of major releases, and I said, I'm going to try this even though I know that I may not like it. And I was having fun up until a certain point. But the menu, the lack of, like, the horrible UI, the horrible menus, and I was doing a boss fight where I was running around this room trying to stay away from the boss, use potions, control my mount, and I kept getting stuck in the environment, like in the colliders. And I just kept getting stuck in colliders and stuck in the nav mesh, and my character kept getting stuck. And then the mob would just beat me over and over and over while I'm stuck and I can't get out. And I just was like, I'm done with this game. And it sucks because I only got like 15, 20 hours into it, and I'd spent, 70, 80 bucks. So there's 3 that I can consider that I really quit. Not Wilds. What was the one that just launched? Was it Wilds? Monster Hunter Wilds? There's the one that just came out like in February or March or something. But mostly it was the menu issues and the UI and getting stuck in combat sucked. It's like, I'm not going to put up with this. But yeah, generally speaking, I know what I like, and I only play what I like. I don't feel the need to play every single new release that comes out.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I am his will made manifest. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I'll do it.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Man, it is a big bummer not having a deer for this fight.
Suits my purposes.
Because my lack of DPS, I'm definitely feeling it.
Not a problem for me. Suits my purposes.
I will endure.
Oh, what did she just take a whole bunch of damage
For
from?
the weak. Ministration is a holy task. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh, that was a huge range on that attack.
Already done.
We're gonna die, aren't we? Oh my god!
Suits my purposes.
I may have to redo this fight, only on easy mode.
Nothing I can't do. All too much and learn.
Back the frack up, man.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Why did she miss? Oh, she's gonna eat shit. He just yeeted poison at her.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Yeah, get up, Abelard. Don't be a bitch. Kill it.
Indeed.
No! Why did I miss?
I refuse. I'll do it.
Oh my god, that was a little gnarly. Yeah, it was pretty easy for me to
Victory awaits.
rile people up with the Veilguard, because
Sins
not only
hidden
that,
in
but
the
like
heart turn all to decay.
I think the games I've had, you know, there've been a lot of vitriol around, and then I've had to face, you know, troll attacks because if it was Starfield, because I love Bethesda games and I loved Starfield. I've got 2 playthroughs of Starfield here on the channels, and that game, every time I've played Starfield, the trolls come out of the woodworks and just bash the shit out of me for playing that game. Definitely took a lot of heat for playing Dragon Age: The Veilguard. There have been a handful of games when I played, most recently would it be Avowed. I took a lot of heat for playing Avowed because of perceived bullshit from people, but I just like video games. It's like I'm just gonna play video games. Oh yeah, Star Wars Outlaws is another one. We took a lot of heat for the Star Wars Outlaws. And I'm just like over here going, yeah, I don't care, guys. I just want to play a video game and have fun. So. Let's do intelligence. Mental damage from any source other than aftershock. Targets up to half a movement at the end of their turn. Man, I think that sounds pretty good. Aftershock. Every time there is mental damage from any source other than aftershock. Yeah, let's just do that. Star Wars Outlaws is great. I would love to do another playthrough of that game. Same thing with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I would love to play another playthrough of that. Yeah, here's some Arbiter stuff. This is what I kind of want to look at. I don't have a shield yet. You can parry incoming attacks with a ranged weapon? Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, we're going Pillar of Law. I am the law.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, Light No Fire? Yeah, Light No Fire is going to be good when it finally hits.
The air. Rival, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal. Living and breathing.
Living and breathing, man.
Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
We need to reestablish contact with the navigator. Sanctum. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Yes, you just woke up. Oh, sorry. Did you get hit with the static electricity? Oh, you're a big baby. Yeah. Did you get hit with the static? I'm sorry. Picked you up from the bed and the static electricity made you
Restore
go
the Fox channel to the navigator's sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You
Begin
may
the
call
ritual.
me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
You are not awake. Let me show everybody your sleepy face. The face of a kitty who's not yet awake yet. Yeah. Begin the ritual. You're probably hungry too, buddy. It's probably like, what, 4 o'clock? Oh, don't jump down that direction. Yes, it's 4 o'clock. Well, we gotta check to see if the Great Niece is still here.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate?
Begone, Phantom!
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still
That's right, because of my toils, bitches. Bow!
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery plus, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
Well, there you have it, kids. I am now the captain. About 3 hours to complete the prologue. That's not too bad. Yes, I know you're ready to go out, buddy. Sorry, I was in the middle of a cutscene. Let's close that. Yep. Summon the officers. I'm not going to read all this, and this is where we no longer have all the voiceovers, so... we're going to skip through all this real quick because I've seen this before, and it's just a check-in of everything on the ship, and because I got to go deal with my kitty cat. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. They're going to give me their reports, which leads to quests. And this is the power of the writing team for Owlcats, but I've done this before, so it's just the ship is in dire straits. We need to resupply. We need to replace our navigator. We're in the Rykid star system. There are 3 inhabited bodies here, and we've got to visit all 3 of them. Yep, that's this letter. Yep. Alright. Okay. That is where I'm going to wrap, because I got to go do my evening chores, feed the cats. I've got this little guy sitting here just waiting. Where's he at? Oh, he just moved. Smeagol, where you at? Yes, there he is. You guys can see his tail. There he is. He's like, come on, Dad. I want to go eat. I'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early, everybody. We'll probably start the day off with Dune Awakening and then move into Death Stranding 2 tomorrow. I won't be doing this very often, maybe once or twice a week. I'll work on this playthrough, but stay tuned for more. These will be when I have spare time and I feel like sitting here for an extra stream, because this was a bonus stream because I already did my 2 streams for the day, so this was an extra one. Catch you next time, and again, thanks to Owlcat for the key to the Voidfarer edition for the Xbox, as I continue to plug away at a second playthrough of Rogue Trader.